Good morning. This week we're painting water, and for most of you that's going to be a review, but just wanted to bring up a couple of points. Consider your light source, consider your horizon line, and when you are painting water, it's a good idea to have it either be darker at the horizon or darker at the foreground. You don't want it to be a mass of one color. Think in terms of when you see a sun reflecting on the water, it's usually lighter at the horizon and darker right at the foreground. Let's say you were standing by a river or a lake or the ocean and looking down, it's usually darker right there and then recedes into the sunlight, the sunset. Water reflects the environment, and so what I want you to think about is water is not always blue. It reflects the green trees around or the red and purple and yellow sunset. Just be mindful that it's a dynamic thing, water. And so in my demos, as I said in the email, I did black and whites of the two pieces that I'm going to work on. And then I chose a palette for both of them, and I'll show you that. I'll show it to you again. But there's that. And then we'll consider using some of our semi-neutrals that we worked on last week. So I'll get started with the demos and I'll see you on the flip side. Here are the starts of my work. I'm going to use this one, which I cropped. I had done a black and white. I converted it to black and white on Photoshop from this color reference. And this is the black and white sketch that I did, a little study of that reference. You can see the difference between the two. I'm going to be doing two, so you can see the difference. One has the horizon getting to white, which kind of brings your eye to the contrast of the dark trees and the white sunlight, or the light sunlight, coming on the water, and darker here in the foreground. This one, I was in my kayak, and you can see it got darker over here, darker on the water, and that's a function of it's reflecting a lot of green on the water here, and I'm in my kayak over here. So it went from dark to light here. This light is what was on the water in the distance. So let's get started. I'm going to try to stick to some of these colors. I don't want it to be too realistic. I'm going to exaggerate some colors and exaggerate some values, and just because, as with photography, you can make it look wonderful, but it's more about capturing the moment and then being able to exaggerate it in your painting. And to start with blocking it in, my washes are going to be pretty transparent to start with, just to give me an idea of where I want placement of things. So it's going to be pretty wet. I'm going to start on the second one using pretty much the same palette. It kind of goes with the color photo. And as I showed you earlier, I cropped this to this and created a black and white. As I told you earlier, you can see the dark water back here, and I'm in my kayak here, but I'm out in the body of water and it's reflecting blue from the sky. So this palette looks pretty good with this, so I'm going to start this. These are the two pieces, and you can see that I have made the water dark on each of them for the time being, and you'll see that from these black and whites how the values are going to change when I start layering some of the lighter colors. Mostly it's going to be white or tinted white, depending. And I might use some dry brush rather than trying to paint all the sparkles on the water. So that's the next little phase. With this one, I'm going to do the water before I finish off this detail, because I want those grasses to overlap onto the water. hope that you got something out of the videos, looking at the horizons, moving light to dark and dark to light, blocking in dark underneath the water to give the water some depth and not be flat, raising the horizon line and making the focus on the water. Next week, we're going to be working on mountains. Because I took a trip up to Mount Baker and Shuckson, I will be sending you references from that trip. Bye for now.